Hello and welcome to the 218th installment of the Synapse Misfire Podcast. I'm your host, Christopher, by the host, Jordan.
That's me.
Jordan.
Yeah.
Remind the people.
As always, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Radio Public, Spotify Podcast, and the RSS feed linked below. YouTube and Spotify have the video platform where you can see us. Instagram, TikTok, you can contact us. And do so via email, synapsemisfire@pm.me. Send your comments, questions, concerns, and death threats.
Yeah.
Oh, I puked on that one.
Nice.
Chris, end of last episode, you said, and this is only 5 minutes later, you had something. You held back. You pulled the reins. You had something mighty important to talk about. So important that I'm at gunpoint right now, and I have to listen.
Yep.
So, what is it?
There's a new 7 Days to Die update.
Ooh, like a big update or in between?
It's alpha. It's version 2.5.
Okay.
Haven't played it yet. But here's why I want to bring it up. Because I'm going to play it at some point. Because this bothered me. This was the thing I talked about the other day. Was they're like, this is what's cooking in the experimental branch. And they just listed a bunch of features that used to be in the game.
I remember you mentioned that a while back, yeah.
I don't want to harp on that again. Like, they did this, and they're like, oh, this is the Survival Revival update. And it's a bunch of features that used to be in the fucking game. And you know what else they did is they released a bunch of paid DLC skins that you can buy too for fucking $2.99 a piece or whatever.
For your first person
You
game?
can buy. Well, I think this update added third person. I think it did.
At least their timing's impeccable.
Which I think they only worked on third person because of this.
Oh, I'm sure.
I don't get it. I don't understand. I've talked about it before. Because of the nature of this update, I will play it, but I'm giving it a very minimal chance. I'm going to do like maybe day 1 through 7, and that's like it. Mm-hmm. It's like before I would play, I was, a new update came out, I'll play to like day 21 or 28 or something. And that gets me like comfortably enough into the game that I'm like, okay, I get it now. I'm playing like maybe the first week, and that's kind of it. I was like, fuck me. If I really like the survival features, maybe I'll play more, but it's doubtful.
Yeah. So like, what kind of survival features is it like?
They added back the jars. The way they worded it gives me pause, however. It was something of like, well, now we added back jars in a fair and balanced way or something like that.
You have to buy them for $2.99 from the item shop.
What do you mean by that exactly?
Yeah.
That concerns me.
They should change their name to the Unfun Pimps.
Call them the fucking...
Curmudgeon Pimps.
The Buzzkill. The fucking Buzzkill Idiot Company. Yeah. Buzzkill Dumb Idiot Stupid Idiot Company.
Yeah, fair enough. So yeah, that's tricky wording. You'll have to let me know. You'll have to update us.
That gives me pause.
Yeah, you got to make sure you update us on what the hell that means and what that translates to. Telling you it's going to be like in an item shop. Buy some crypto or something.
You have to buy fucking 1 7 Days to Die coin for 0.000023 cents per 7 Days to Die coin. And you can I swear it's gonna go to the moon.
Yeah. Oh, I promise. I promise it will. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah.
They added back the smell mechanics, so now I assume it works like it used to, where you have like raw meat in your pocket and it emanates a smell and attracts zombies toward you. That makes sense. You know what they did, which I was reading through the patch notes, which I really liked, actually reading it, is they got rid of the Plague Spitter. The Plague Spitter is that fuck-ass desert zombie that shits out a horde of bugs at you. That is the most obnoxious thing ever to fight. Because it's like, you walk into the desert and immediately there's a swarm of bugs and they look at you wrong and now you're bleeding and infected. Bad enough that you need like proper antibiotics. Not like you can't just, let's pop honey on this. Let's pop honey on this one. No, you need like real deal antibiotics. And
That's
also
annoying.
now you're bleeding for 30 seconds, so you have 10 health.
That's really annoying.
So they've done, think they also replaced some other mob. I think it might be the forest thing, the cold biome guy, which I think is the it's like some Yeti thing. Frost Claw, I think it was what it was called. But it's just a fucking like Yeti model that I know they fucking probably downloaded from the Unity asset shop or whatever.
Yeah.
They replaced that with some other thing. I don't know what. But
Interesting.
thank God they got rid of the Plague Spitter. They're
They're gonna add it back in 3.0 with a note to you.
I can't believe I just like I can't wait for all of these features to go away again.
Yeah, your time is precious. You better make the most of it.
Yeah.
Say your goodbyes.
Yeah, honestly. The only solace with this game is like you can just go back and play the game from when it was good. Like you can just go into the beta participation and just select any version of the game to play, which is nice.
Yeah, thank you, Steam. Roll back the updates.
Thank you, Steam, for being like the only company that caters to like your users still.
Yeah. Yeah, that sucks. That definitely sucks. It reminds me of kind of like with the State of Decay 2 updates. They didn't take stuff away, but they would add like new mobs and stuff. And they added some fucking vile mobs in there that just wreck your life. So I still hope State of Decay 3 is a thing. Hope Microsoft doesn't shutter that one.
They jumped straight to State of Decay 4.
That made sense. Someone commented on a video I was watching the other day and said GTA 6 is taking so long because they had to start on GTA 7. I'm like, oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Yo, did you hear the rumors about Rockstar, though?
No.
Apparently, they could be working on a medieval game.
Ooh.
Which I'm telling you right now, Rockstar's history of like brutality and storytelling and like third-person chunky gameplay with medieval sounds awesome. That sounds awesome. I want to play as Sir Arthur Morgan.
Rockstar! Announce a fantasy game, and my life is yours.
Yeah.
Please. Because, like, I could picture it being a lot like Kingdom Come Deliverance, which I played a lot of Kingdom Come Deliverance. I played a lot of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Didn't finish either game. I had a blast playing them, though.
Yeah.
I thought they were a lot of fun.
Never played the second one. I made it literally in the first one up until the point where you have to fight that guy for like your dad's nails or something or his hammer. And then I was like, this game fucking sucks.
20 minutes into the game?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because they don't introduce the combat to you. There's like, that game legitimately has like a fucking 10-hour tutorial.
Yeah.
2 is a lot better with this. They give you like, because also the combat's a lot more streamlined than 2. They're like, we're going to give you a fucking 5-minute in and out. Here's the tutorial. Here's how you do it. When you see green, you right click.
Yeah.
And then you block the hit. And then you can aim for different.
Yeah, different strikes. Yeah. But, dude, Rockstar making that? Like, oh, man. I can just picture it. Like, moving around this medieval castle. You know, it's going to look incredible. I'm probably going to play incredible.
That would be amazing.
That'd be sick. That would be dope as hell. So that would be cool. I mean, we're going to have to wait like 15 years probably for it.
Well, yes. Yeah.
Unless they have a smaller studio like already working on it alongside GTA 6.
I think what might be interesting to see is because there's 2 studios that I can see wanting to make specific types of games that just haven't yet. It's like Rockstar making a like medieval game or something to that effect, some sort of speculative fiction game rather than like a sort of grounded in a real life type game. And I think Bethesda desperately wants to make a horror game.
Okay. I could see it.
Because, like, they've been adding, like, to Fallout 76 especially, they've been adding a lot of, like, weird horror elements to it for a while. I think they want to make a horror game, but they just, like, they can't get the buy-off from Microsoft to do it.
Yeah. I think the thing with them is, I mean, they already said Elder Scrolls 6 or whatever is supposed to be in Unreal Engine and not Creation Engine. Because I think Creation Engine NPCs and stuff are just too janky for horror. Like,
yes.
way
Yeah,
too janky.
absolutely.
They don't have any of that smooth fluidity that like a Dead Space monster has, you know? So that would make sense, you know? They switch engines, they make Elder Scrolls, whether that comes first or after.
Yeah, I could see it. I think it'd be neat to do that. However, I don't know if I trust modern Bethesda to make this.
Yeah. Because like Fallout can have elements of creepiness to it, you know?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. So I think they're good at that world building where they could build a good horror world. I just don't know if they could pull it off in the gameplay and like, I don't know.
They need to fucking like fire their entire writing team.
Yeah, the writing's pretty bad.
The writing is ass in a way that Starfield is a good example of this. Is hop into Starfield. They're so afraid to make you engage with any aspect of that game that like the main story is like optional basically.
Yeah.
The side quests to that game, the side quests of the game are okay. They're pretty decent, but there's a lot of systems, in-depth systems like crafting systems, like upgrade systems, like the ship systems that they never make you interact with really. So you either don't know or don't care that those systems are there.
You're not forced to.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag, which had the ship, obviously, and you had to upgrade your ship as the campaign went on, but it didn't necessarily really force you, that I remember. I remember like sometimes I would go into ship missions and get shit on because I had never upgraded it. So like it never like warned you or sort of like did anything. So I like tanked half of that game with like a level 1 ship, and then I was like, oh, I can do all these upgrades and it's a lot easier. Oh. So kind of reminds me of that in a way.
I think God of War, the new games, did that pretty well, where they're like, you have scheduled upgrades essentially for your weapons and stuff. Your armor you kind of have to do on your own, but your weapons, you fight a major boss battle and it drops a frozen flame or whatever, and you get you can upgrade your axe.
Yeah.
And it gets a tier better. That I like that. I like how they did that. Whereas
It's sort of like a linear progression.
yeah,
almost.
you end up at this point in the story and you get this upgrade for your ship.
Yeah.
Or what have you.
That made sense. Yeah, I feel like Assassin's Creed Rogue, if I remember, leaned more into the ship combat, and you would actually eventually hit missions where it's like, hey, you need to upgrade your ship before you could do it, and that was annoying. Fuck
Right.
that. Pretty sure that's why I didn't beat that game, is I made it towards the end, and it was like, hey, you need to upgrade your ship, and I was like, I'm not fucking sailing around blowing up fortresses to gather resources to upgrade this piece of shit for this mission.
Yeah.
I just never beat it.
Starfield has a lot of ships and stuff that you can buy new ships, you can upgrade your ship, you can build stuff on your ship, and that's neat. What I did is like I played a lot of the game with the first ship that you get, and it's kind of dog, but it's like it's good enough. If you let me fly the ship properly, like I would enjoy it a lot more. If you let me just like take off over a planet and fly around the planet, rather than like, oh, you can fly around in space a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's anyway. I then eventually did a quest line for the Christ, I don't remember what it was called. Some sort of like basically you find like space cowboys and you become like a little cowboy lawman, and you get a ship at the end of that quest line, and it's pretty good. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
that quest line was actually pretty decent.
Well, that's the thing with I feel like recent Bethesda games is they have stuff like that where it'll be decent for like a little bit, and then it just hard tanks.
Well, there's a quest line that I had with my first companion that I had, and there's sort of this like this thing in the works of like some backhanded or like corruption that ended up with the cover up of the death of his husband at some point. And that was interesting. And then you end up at a point in the game, like in the main story, where it picks your most liked character and kills them. So, like, he was the only one I had any affinity with because he was just my companion for the game. And I go, okay, this character, dead now. So that kind of, like, went away. But then I got more interested in the guy with the Space Cowboys. I forget his name. I think was his name. And I liked him.
Yeah.
So I think he was a neat enough companion. So
Yeah.
his questline was pretty good. But I didn't care about any of the other people in that game.
Yeah. I thought that game came and went so quickly.
I think they wanted it to be another Skyrim, and it's just not. You can't do another Skyrim, by the way. There's no fucking game on Earth that they can make that will be another Skyrim. I can tell you that right now.
In what regard specifically? As someone who's never really played Skyrim beyond the VR port, a little bit.
In terms of longevity,
Yeah.
no one.
What do you think it is about Skyrim?
I don't know exactly, but they're not. Well, at the time when Skyrim came out in 2011, it was fucking revolutionary, right? Bethesda was still in very good standing. Oblivion was a fantastic game. So let's put out Skyrim. And Skyrim was huge, vast, massive for the time when it came out.
For a PS3 title, yeah.
For a PS3 title, I remember I plugged that shit in my Xbox 360, and that console screeched playing that game. It was reading data off that disc so fucking fast, I thought my Xbox was going to explode. And it was so fun. You could just do whatever. And I think it was like, it wasn't the first game of that, it wasn't the first game of that style. Absolutely not. But I think it was the first game of that style that was in that scale.
Yeah.
Because there was like Fallout 3 before that was kind of
pretty small.
similar, but it was a very small game. You couldn't put, realistically, 800 hours into Fallout 3 or whatever. Skyrim, you can put 800 hours in. I've not even finished the main story. I've just played all the other stuff, and there's a lot of shit to engage with in that game, and that's what keeps me coming back to it. Whenever I go back, I find myself, I didn't know this was part of the game, and I engage with something different in the game every time. But those things are all interesting, whereas like Starfield, I don't think had many things that were that interesting.
Yeah. That makes sense. That's a good way to put it. I mean, I kind of feel that way. I felt that way about the early days of Red Dead 2. Obviously not quite the same in scope as Skyrim in terms of like side content, but there's still a shit ton to do in that game. Where like on successive playthroughs, I'd be like, I didn't know this was a thing. That's cool.
There's also, in Skyrim, everything was I think part of it, everything's hand created. Where in Starfield, there's fucking 10,000 planets you can visit. It's all procedurally generated crap. So I'm saying proc gen can be good, but they didn't make it very good.
Yeah.
Think of proc gen, think of the way No Man's Sky does it.
Oh, it's incredible. Yeah.
That's proc gen, and that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Is it revolutionary, fantastic, the best thing I've ever seen? No.
But for what it is, it's damn incredible.
What it is, if they did Starfield that way, if No Man's Sky was like their baseline, that game would have been so much better.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just saying. And if you told me that a few years ago, like years and years ago when No Man's Sky first came out, if I said to myself at that point in time, you're going to wish that Bethesda did something that No Man's Sky did and started from there because No Man's Sky is so much better than the last game they released.
Yeah.
I would have thought you were fucking crazy.
Yeah. You'd be genuinely insane.
But yeah, that's kind of where I think their baseline should have been. Was
that should have been by minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's not a lot of like free flight space games like that. There's No Man's Sky. There's Elite Dangerous. There's Star Citizen.
Hey, for what it's worth, that game does do what it says sometimes.
That game is, that's going to be the next GTA 6, I think, in terms of like, we got this before GTA 6. So we got this before 1.0 of Star Citizen.
Yeah.
If 1.0 of Star Citizen ever comes out, I'll say this now. If 1.0 of Star Citizen comes out, full release game, and Squadron 42 with Mark Hamill and everything
Cavill
comes out, if both of those games come out, I will go on live television, national news, and I will cut off my own dick and eat it.
Oh no.
That's the John McAfee promise. John McAfee once was talking of this shit cryptocurrency that he was trying to do a pump and dump on, and said if this doesn't skyrocket, I'll go on national television, cut my dick off and eat it.
Yeah.
But I mean that. Squadron 42, Star Citizen, and Squadron 42, it's got to have Mark Hamill in it because he was in the fucking trailer.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Henry Cavill because he was in the trailer.
There you go. Henry Cavill, Mark Hamill, Mark Cavill, Henry Hamill, all have to be in it.
Hamill, Hark, Mark, Bark, Dark, Smart, Spark.
Hamill, Hark. He's got to be in it. If both of these games come out, full release, I will do that. I am being 100% serious right now. I've never been more serious about anything in my life, actually.
That's crazy. Yeah, I actually Squadron 42. I hope does come out and like is a good game because I feel like potential wise in terms of concept, it's one of those sci-fi games that I think is going full sci-fi that I'm interested in. But also you see the celebrity actors. I mean, Henry Cavill's kind of an exception because he's a nerd, but like, and I guess Mark Hamill kind of is too. But you see those guys and you're just kind of like, are they just there?
I see that as, oh, this indie studio blew their load on this rather than like the game.
Well, and it's tough because like, if you're gonna have these celebrity cameos and stuff, like, I feel like there's a way to do it that's still a little like, but first you have to sell me on the game. Sell me on the game, get me all in, and then be like, hey, by the way, Henry Cavill's in it. Not lead with that.
True. It did. Yeah, I agree.
Because like, if you show me, right, you show me the next Dying Light. It's like, yo, look at this. This is fucking incredible. I'm like, yo, I'm so hyped for Dying Light, whatever. And then you're like, oh, by the way, Jason Statham's in this. I'll be like, oh, cool.
They lead the trailer. They lead the trailer, and it's a shot of a 3D render, a 3D render of Norman Reedus. I can flash Kojima games.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like how Death Stranding does it, where like Norman Reedus is a part of it, but like they lead with other stuff. There's mystique there. There's like this world building and stuff that's very intriguing, and then it's like, oh yeah, hey, you play as Norman Reedus. Like, by the way, like I don't think many people actually buy Death Stranding because they're like, oh, it's Norman Reedus. I'm gonna buy it for Norman Reedus. Like, he's honestly probably one of the weakest parts of that game.
Fair enough.
To be honest with you, the second game especially.
I think, or it's a matter of Squadron 42 is going to have Mark Hamill in it for 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's like a one-line cameo.
Like,
this is Mark Hamill and I'm gay.
Larian did this with, I almost call him J. Jonah Jameson. J.K. Simmons is in the game, but he's in the game for like a collective 15 minutes. Like, they got him for an afternoon and did that. But they didn't go, and J.K. Simmons.
Exactly.
J.K. Simmons is Ketherick Thorne. It was, hey, check out this D&D video game. And then later on, they're like, oh yeah, J.K. Simmons is in this too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. That's kind of the way to, I would say, approach it. As you lead with the product first, you let it speak for itself, and then it's like, these people are there, you know?
Yeah.
Because some of those guys are good. Like, Henry Cavill as a character is not a bad idea, I don't think.
I think Mark Hamill, if you can pull him as a voice actor, and
awesome.
I think he's a tough get for a voice actor, but he's a fucking good one. He's really good at voice acting.
Yeah. So, like, it's not a bad thing to have them. But when that's all you lead with, like, when your entire trailer, the only thing I can remember about it is Henry Cavill standing there with a helmet at his side.
Yeah.
I don't know. I sort of feel like that's not the right impression to make.
But I think we're approaching a point in that game's development life cycle that now, within the next couple of years, I think it will have been in development for 20 years.
Really?
I think that started development in like 2010.
Dude, what? So it's already been 15 years, possibly. Holy
I think
crap!
I'm gonna fact check that.
Bryce,
really quick.
check that. The game was announced in 2012. Yeah, so it had to have started development around 10 or 11. Like, either way.
Christ.
I forgot that game was announced before the PlayStation 4 came out.
Star Citizen is aiming in August 2025. Roberts said in an interview. I should probably speaking on the microphone not like an asshole. In August 2025, Roberts said in an interview that Star Citizen is aiming for a release in 2027 or 2028, while its single-player spin-off Squadron 42 is aiming for a 2026 release. If that happens, remember my promise. I will cook and eat my own dick on television.
I don't like how much you're doubling down on this, man.
I will make spaghetti and meatballs out of my own meatballs.
Oh, my God.
Fuck. As of April 25, combined crowdfunding and early access sales have reached $800 million.
To put that into perspective, didn't GTA just hit like $2 billion, supposedly? GTA 6?
I think so, yeah. The most anticipated game fucking literally ever.
The biggest game, literally ever. By the biggest studio, literally ever.
I think like Red Dead 2, which was like the previous biggest game fucking ever, I think cost like $500 million or something to make. Which is, don't get me wrong, a fuck ton of money. But like $800 million for this fucking small indie studio. Christ, get it done, man. Shit.
Yeah. Yeah, the problem is when these indie studios, like, I love indie studios. I'm a big indie guy.
I am too. I love it. I love indie games. I primarily play indie games.
But also,
fuck, man.
You gotta have a little clout behind you, you know what I'm saying? Like, there has to be a little history there. You gotta start small, and then you can shoot for the stars, pun intended, you know? Like, what did these guys make before this? Is this the first game?
I think you worked on stuff before, yeah.
Worked on it, but never, like, developed themselves?
I guess not, no. Well,
we'll see.
I also believe that game is trying to be too many things.
Mm-hmm.
It's trying to be too many things that it's not anything.
I mean, literally, the genres on the Wikipedia say MMO, space trading, and combat.
First-person shooter, immersive sim.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, you have to pay an insurance premium in that game if your fucking ship blows up. Some of those ships cost 10,000 real United States dollars, if not more.
And also, by the way, if you're one of the people who spent $1,000 plus on a ship in Star Citizen, I got a fucking bridge to sell you. I got a fucking Beanie Baby collection to sell you. Jerk off. Yeah. I can't. We don't put microtransactions in our game. Hey, you could spend 1,800 United States dollars on this ship, or you can grind in the game for 800 hours to buy this ship. Also, by the way, every time we put out a new alpha, we reset the fucking whole world. So,
yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, that game pisses me off.
I own this game, by the way.
Do you?
Yeah. This and Squadron 42. I own both of them.
Wait, you can buy Squadron 42 already?
You can spend the money that gives you, like, the pre-license for both. So, like, when Squadron 42 comes out, 2026, apparently, I will own it.
Interesting. You have to buy it directly from them, right? It's not on Steam or anything?
Yeah.
I think Squadron 42 is on Steam. I think it has a Steam page, but I don't think Star Citizen has anything on there. But you can't pre-order it on Steam or anything. That's crazy to me.
Hey, what do you think the odds are of me getting Star Citizen going on my Linux build? That thing barely worked on Windows, so...
Yeah, I've heard the game is just kind of like a buggy nightmare. So, still.
I played it a little bit, and it's like, it's fine.
Well, it depends how far you progress. So the guy I work with has like probably 3,000 hours in the fucking game.
That also doesn't mean anything, because every time they do an update, they reset everyone.
Do they fully, though? Like, fully reset?
I believe so, yeah. They wipe.
Because he had a lot of shit going, like he showed me. He actually got it running on the ROG Ally at like 13 to 14 frames per second.
Nice.
And he was showing me around his ship on it. It was like a slideshow. It was pretty cool.
I think the ships, if you bought them with money, they stay on.
I would imagine they have to legally.
Yes, but I think if you bought them with in-game money, I think they go away.
Yeah, that's actually crazy. I could earn the real world money faster than I could earn the in-game money.
But yeah, I bought this game like 2018 or 19. I might honestly pop in and see what's going on in
What's
there.
good? Yo, what up? What's popping?
See what's up, because
It's Chris. I'm back.
there's a lot of shit in that game that I do like, that I do remember liking. The ship stuff, like flying around the ship. The idea that you can do a lot of different stuff. You can be like you can do some piracy. You can do some trading, some mining. You can do all kinds of stuff. But I can do all that shit in fucking Elite Dangerous.
True.
And
that's
Elite
a much more complete
Dangerous
package.
has a live economy. I was fucking charting out different star systems to go to, because I had a very in-depth slave trade going on in Elite Dangerous for a while. Because I was like, I need to get a new ship. This star system has a slave market where I can buy slaves for cheap, and in this star system, slavery is legal and it's very expensive for slaves. So I'm gonna sell them over here. I was doing fucking market analysis in Elite Dangerous. I can't do that in Star Citizen.
That's crazy.
The most market analysis I could do is like, well, if I spend my entire paycheck on this ship, I will win the game. Actually, for real, I'll win the game entirely.
Oh my fucking god.
What are we the winner of this freaking game right now?
So what are we worth it? Like,
So what are we worth it? So what are we worth the whole thing?
my mortgage is really not worth paying. I'd rather buy my
We
ship.
don't even really freaking need a house, honestly. I think I really freaking need a ship from Star Citizen right now.
Oh my god, I can't with that game. The people
I think
who
if I
play that
gave
crazy.
Chris Roberts all my money, I think Squadron 42 will come out faster. I think. I think honestly, it's a good thing that every indie game should have a roadmap to fix their roadmap. Honestly.
Yeah. It's like roadception, roadmapception. You know, that's how that be. I brought up Assassin's Creed 4, by the way.
Yeah.
The reason that I kind of alluded to that a little bit is because I'm disappointed, Chris.
Why is that?
There's apparently, it's been leaked. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag Resynced, and it's a remake. Like
Okay.
Like not just like an upscale, like a remake. New story content, expanding Edward because he's one of the favorite assassins. Like
They made him fatter.
a bunch of expanding him. Bunch of shit like that, right? Supposedly. And I really thought we were going to get to see it at the Game Awards. We didn't. I want that so badly, actually. I have never truly cared about a remake. And then I heard that this could be a thing. I'm like, you know what? I'm there for it. I'm there for it. Black Flag is so good. Have you ever finished or beat or played Black Flag
I
at all?
played it, but I reached a point with Assassin's Creed games where like I played a lot of 2 on the 360, and I think I played another one. I forget which, maybe 3. I don't remember. But I was like, if there's another if I start the game, there's a tailing mission, I'm fucking just closing it out. And like I think the second mission in that game is a tailing mission. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fair. So that's the thing that I'm kind of hoping for is with a remake, that they get rid of a lot of that shit, clean up some of the game, and like...
I think they did that with not the same company, obviously, but like the Mass Effect remake. I think they yada-yada'd over a lot of stuff that was fucking annoying in the originals.
I think so. That's the way to do a remake, in my opinion. Is like you don't change a ton of the source material, but like some of that stuff,
yes,
you do away with. That's the way to do it, So I'm excited. I'm telling you right now, Ubisoft. It pains me to admit this. You got me on the hook for like $60 if this thing comes out full price.
What about $70?
I mean, it's only $10 difference, so I'm not happy about it. I'm not going to advocate for it. I would probably still buy it, but I probably wouldn't admit it.
Well, it's a Ubisoft game, so I think Ubisoft games, if you actually want the entire game, it used to be $100. Probably more now.
Yeah.
I remember
for the gold edition?
Yeah, every game had like the regular edition where you just get the game and it's ugly and stinky, or you get the silver edition, it's like $80. And then you had the gold edition, which was $100.
Yeah, it's probably like $130 now. But they got me though. Like I'm there, day one, Black Flag, pre-order, done. Like
Fair.
I hope, man. I hope that happens. My only fear is that if it did, it would run like shit. Because like I want to play it on the Ally, but there's a good chance it would be probably I'd have to play it on PC or PlayStation, like directly. But man, I feel like Ubisoft needs a little bit of a reset. Where I feel like they need to remake a couple of the older Assassin's Creed games. Like I don't normally advocate for remakes, but I feel like now would be the time for them to like get their bearings. Don't make a new Assassin's Creed game for a little bit. Remake some of the old ones. Figure out your flow and like getting this new engine and like these new visuals and like what the gameplay will feel like. And then you can come out swinging with like a new, actually interesting Assassin's Creed. Because Shadows, as much as it was a fun like stealth game, it still suffers from the stereotypical Ubi slop. Like
that Ubi bloat, dude.
Dude, it's got the bloat. It's a lot less bloated than like Valhalla, but not. It's still very bloated. The world is definitely really pretty. The characters, like, dude, it has some of the worst cutscenes and animation I think I've ever seen in a game.
Is it really that bad?
Have you seen the Attack on Titan crossover?
No,
dude.
I wasn't aware that even happened.
We need a Chris live react
to
this. All right, hang on.
I think I'm going to make a game studio called IB Hard, and it's just the opposite of Ubisoft.
So, this is the first clip. This is not from the Attack on Titan thing, but this is the clip that comes to mind every time I think of my 80 hours in Shadows with the terrible facial animation and voice acting. Is this clip.
This looks like
There we go. I had to skip past this dumbass edit they did.
I hate YouTube Shorts. This looks like a source filmmaker.
Dude. This is the main character, by the way.
This looks like source filmmaker.
It looks like 7 people made that in SFM, yeah. It is some of the worst I have ever seen in a cutscene. Like, and dialogue, like you said, the writing, the voice acting. I mean, you haven't played this, but I think of like Ghost of Tsushima. That game had a little bit of that rough edge to the animation at times. The main cutscenes, like the actual cutscenes, were incredible. The sort of like in-between scenes, like the real-time rendered ones that were of characters talking before a quest starts and stuff like that, a little rough. Voice acting, not the best. But still, that is leaps and bounds better than Shadows.
I think the problem is all their good writers, developers, and animators all went to make Expedition 33.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately,
it's tough because like some early Assassin's Creed and early like Ubisoft in general,
early Assassin's
really
Creed
good.
was peak.
Yeah.
Was pretty good shit actually.
Like damn.
Well, I guess this is kind of early now considering how we're all old. Even 4 was pretty fucking good from what I remember.
Yeah.
In terms of reception at the time.
Yep. Yeah, even like all of the Assassin's Creed games had good acting and decent characters, even through like the bad ones, like Unity, where it had a lot of bugs. It still had like really well crafted environments, good characters, decent writing, decent dialogue. Like it really started with this recent trilogy where it just tanked. Like Odyssey had decent acting, but not the best animation. Origins, had that. Odyssey really took a shit with the animation because I think they made the game so big and grandiose because it was like the map was the largest map I think ever in gaming for like years. They made it. That's if you cheat and count the water that you have to travel on a boat in between. But yeah, and that game took a shit on animation, but still was like for voice acting. And then Valhalla was not good really in either regard. The animation was bad. It was the constant Eivor going, aha. Yeah,
that was him every time. Like it was fucking. Someone would say something, and Eivor.
Yeah,
dramatic.
Yeah, every time. And then Shadows we just saw. It was terrible. So, yeah, But it had the gameplay chops. They kind of figured that part out. The combat, in my opinion, like the actual melee combat, still sucks dick. It's still hacky slashy, but not in a good way. It's spongy as fuck. Your weapons don't make contact with the enemy in a good way. But the stealth, they figured that part out. So now if they can just go back a little bit and get good sword combat and then fix, the story, make it like actually good.
It makes sense too. They've not made a Far Cry game in a while, and I always remember the Far Cry games. I always remember enjoying I've enjoyed every Far Cry game I've played.
Yeah, even the ones that are quote unquote bad are still good. Like 5, a lot of people didn't like 5. I loved 5.
I thought 5, honestly, is it better than 3? Conceptually and story-wise, no.
Gameplay-wise, though.
Did I have more fun playing 5 than I did 3? Yes.
Same thing with 4.
4 I thought was great. I think 4 was the one where they added the big fortresses, where like every little area in the game, it was dominated by one big fortress and then a bunch of little outposts in between. And the big fortresses were a lot of fucking fun.
Yeah, I kind of do remember that.
Also, riding the elephants in that game was awesome.
Gliding and shit, dude.
I would charge into outposts on an elephant and just fucking flip cars over. And then I would dive off the elephant, and I had a fucking like MG42, just start mowing people down. That game was a lot of fucking fun, and I thought 5 was a lot of fun too. Yeah. I liked 5 a lot.
6 I didn't play, but I heard was pretty
I liked
fun.
the setting of 5. I think is what did it for me. I like
U.S.
I'm a bit America pilled. Yeah. I like American settings.
The satire was funny too.
Yeah.
Like the hillbilly satire. Yeah. Pretty funny. I liked 5 a lot. 5 was the last one I played that I was like, this is awesome. You played 6, didn't you?
I played maybe the first 2.5 hours of 6.
Yeah.
But what I did play, I enjoyed.
Yeah.
I thought it was fun.
Yeah, they haven't made one though, like you said, in a while.
So I think they haven't had time to like properly ruin it.
Yeah.
I think if they did another Far Cry game, I think it would be dog dick.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. Ubisoft needs to do something. That's why I think remake should be a safe bet for them to get their chops back. Well,
Ubisoft is in a unique position where they put out stuff that's okay.
Yeah.
But they're putting out less and less. When they were putting out 4 games a year that were just like okay at best, that's when I think they were at their peak. Mm-hmm. Not every game needs to be a winner. Some games just need to be there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they hit it out of the park. Sometimes they don't. Most of the time they don't. But it's shit to play.
Yeah. So Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, that game from Ubisoft, is essentially Far Cry 7.
Okay.
It plays exactly like Far Cry. That's a pretty good game. It's worth checking out. It's a pretty fun game, but it's got the same systems set up as Far Cry.
Interesting.
So I'm wondering if that's where the Far Cry team went. I don't know how they divide it. Maybe the Far Cry team went there because they just released a new expansion for that game. So maybe now they start looking at Far Cry 7. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. But I feel like Far Cry Avatar it retains some of the best things of the Far Cry series, like in terms of gameplay, and then it has some of the not so best things or whatever. But that was a cool game.
Doesn't the world end at the end of 5? You
I don't know if it's the world or the US.
Fucking nuke the country at the end of 5?
You do, because then they made Far Cry New Dawn, which is the one where it's like after the apocalypse.
Yes, I remember that.
That one was actually cheeks.
I have 5, but I bought the complete edition, and that included New Dawn. So I have all the stuff from New Dawn. So right away, I'm an hour and a half into Far Cry 5, and they're like, here's a laser pistol.
Yeah.
Here's a laser gun that you don't need ammo for. It's infinite ammo, and it one-shots everything.
Yeah.
I had to get rid of it at some point, because I was just walking around going, bop, bop, da, da.
Yeah, it took out all this fun.
I'm like, that's lame.
Yeah. Yeah, New Dawn, I will say, was not great. Did you ever play Far Cry Primal?
Yes.
That was fun.
I thought Primal was pretty fun. It was fun in a different way.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely hit different. Did you know? I didn't know this about Primal. Far Cry Primal is the same map as Far Cry 4?
I did know that because
I learned that recently.
at the time when Far Cry Primal came out, everyone on Reddit made a big stink about it.
That reminds me of when Horizon Forbidden West came out, and people were crashing out that Aloy uses zip lines in the same animation as Horizon Zero Dawn. They're like, these AAA companies are saving money by reusing animations.
Or when they announced God of War Ragnarok and Kratos uses the same boat animation.
Yeah.
It's the same boat pulling animation.
Yeah.
Literally unplayable. Mind you, played this game. It was peaked, fucking crying, snotting coming out of my nose. Best game I've probably ever played in my life. Oh, this is unplayable. He reuses the boat animation.
Yeah.
Die.
Or when Spider-Man 2 came out and they're like, Peter swings oddly similar to Spider-Man 1. And they added some new animations, but he reused some and people were mad about that. I'm like, dude.
I'm about to go back and look at all the animation that Golden Era Disney reused and blow their fucking minds.
Yeah.
Because they reused so many animations.
Yeah. Why would you not? If you're doing the same thing.
I mean, we already did it. We might as well do it again.
Yeah.
You know, we can only mocap fucking Christopher Judge hauling a boat so many different ways.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know. I could understand, like, if they took, like, a really old game and then made a sequel years and years and years later and used the animation, it'd be like, huh. Like, if Kratos in the new trilogy, or duology, rather, controlled like Kratos in the OG, I'd be like, this is weird.
Or if the horses in Red Dead 2 were like that in Red Dead 1.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. If they were like Red Dead 1 horses, which, dude, I went back to play Red Dead recently. Oh, my God.
The horses are awful.
They're so bad.
Red Dead, dude. Oh, God.
He's coming to get you. Oh, God.
I also said Red Dead 2.
Red Dead
Red Dead 2 ruined horses for me. Every other game that has a horse in it is shit. The horse is shit compared to the one in Red Dead 2.
Yeah.
So the Red Dead 2 horse just acts like a horse. That's a horse. I've seen horses before. That's a horse.
Yeah. Yeah, Red Dead 2's horses are insane. I tried, Lexi was trying to see what she wanted to play, so I showed her the intro of The Witcher 3, and I was riding the horse, and I was like,
man, I wish I was Red Dead horses.
I was like, I wish I was dead. I would rather die than control this stupid horse.
I would rather die.
It makes you wonder if what they're going to do for The Witcher 2 remake that's coming out.
Yeah,
probably still going to be a shitty horse, I feel like.
Probably.
I feel like no one gets horses like Red Dead.
Witcher 2 is a much smaller game, though.
Do you think they'll expand it?
Maybe. Because it takes place in different locations. You do everything in this location, and then you move to the next. Then you do everything in this location, and then you move to a third. Yes, it's open world in 3 different maps, basically.
Yeah. I mean, Witcher 3 has a little bit of that. We have your main continent, and then you have Skellige.
But you can go through and travel between all those places.
Yeah, that's more linear, right?
In Witcher 2, the first area, you move on, and then you can't do any of the other stuff that you had in the first part.
Huh. Interesting.
So, Witcher 2 remake would be pretty neat. I'd like to see a Witcher 1 remake, honestly. Because I've played
surprised.
Witcher 2, and you can play Witcher 2 and it still holds up in the way that Witcher 3 does. It feels like Witcher 3. It feels similar. But Witcher 1 is like, oh, God.
Yeah, I was surprised when they did the announcement. I believe it's only Witcher 2 they're remaking. I'm like, really?
They should do
They should do 1 and 2.
They should do a 1 and 2. I would buy it if they just did a 1 and 2, release them as a 1 disc or whatever, 1 release.
Yeah.
That would be neat. That would be fun. That'd be cool. But we don't get neat, fun, or cool things anymore, unfortunately.
Not anymore. That's for damn sure.
Nothing ain't shit funny anymore.
Ain't shit funny. Nope. I was thinking about earlier when you were talking about horror games too. You mentioned like Alien. I think it might have been actually the last episode we talked about Alien a little bit. And I talked about my PS2 emulation. You ever heard of the game Kuon?
No.
So it's like an old PS2 horror game. Now, why exactly, I don't know. But to get that game for PS2, it's $1,000. It's the most expensive PS2 game.
What?
And
What?
I've heard the game's actually fairly good, so I was thinking of emulating it legally. Of course, I'll buy it. I'll pay the $1,000. Don't worry about it. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's this cult-like following to PS2 horror games. So I tried to go down that rabbit hole a little bit. Like, I don't know if you've ever heard of Siren or Forgotten Siren, technically, as it was called in the U.S.
I don't think so.
It's another sort of those like horror games from the PS2. I emulated that and tried to play it. I'm like, bro, this just kind of isn't fun. Like, it's just kind of not good. And like for the time, it has cool technology. Like, it actually has the facial capture for the animation of the characters is actually animated as like a video playing on the character's face. So they have like oddly weird,
freaky. I don't like that.
Which is where I feel like a lot of that old school horror came from. I think that's a big thing that's missing with like new horror games. Like back then, things were left to your imagination. Things were uncanny and like weird.
Right.
Nowadays, it's like you're playing Dead Space, and sure, the new remake, like it has spooky moments, but you're just fighting this ugly monster. So it's still spooky, but like there's that sort of left to your imagination feeling that old PS2 horror games gave you that are, I feel like, a little better. But that game is just weird. Like, Forgotten Siren, I want to try it again. I feel like I might be able to get into it, but it's just weird. You can, like, see through the enemy's eyes. It's a stealth horror game, mind you. It's not like Resident Evil, where you have guns. You're just these, like, useless characters running around this village that's haunted with all these monsters and ghosts and shit. And from what I've gathered, is you're supposed to be able to, like, hit a button to see through the monster's eyes by like tuning your brain wavelength to theirs using the thumbstick, and then like you can use that to your advantage to like figure out how to sneak around them and stuff. But it's just weird. It's just like super fucking weird.
Huh.
And then Kuon, I don't know anything about Kuon other than it's the most expensive PS2 game. It's $1,000, but I want to try it. I definitely want to see what's up.
Speaking of horror games, did we ever talk about Five Nights at Freddy's 2?
No, we didn't actually.
You're not missing much.
First hour, man, I was there.
That's the long and the short of it. It's essentially you're gonna this is for all who may see this, watch it, and you're gonna be watching this movie, and it's gonna end, and you're gonna go, that's it?
Yeah. Major blue ball. Honestly.
Essentially, yeah, it all builds up to there's going to be this mass casualty event at the Freddy Faz Fest.
Say that 3 times fast.
And then it just doesn't happen.
Yeah, it just gets prevented.
Yeah. The new animatronics are closing in on all the main characters. I don't even fucking remember their names. I don't even care enough. And then the original animatronics show up and just fucking decapitate the new animatronics. And then they die
Of cancer.
They die. They're like, hey, that's it. We're gone. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
And then that's the end of the movie.
Oh, don't forget where the main guy, again, can't remember his name either, turns to the girl who I do remember her name, Vanessa, and is like, fuck you, bitch.
Oh, yeah, it turns
Leave me
out
alone,
and it hits
bitch.
the fucking, the Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Don't call me. Don't come by my house. We're done.
Oh my god, what the hell is that kid's name? Rubert?
Rowley.
Dude, honestly, I didn't even picture that in the moment. That's a straight up Rowley impersonation, dude. He was just like, don't call me, bro.
Yeah.
Stay away.
Yeah. And they they did a post-credits setup for FNAF 3.
Yeah.
That movie was ass. Don't. Okay, you could see it.
I think it was better than the Minecraft movie, if I'm being honest with you, in terms of experience. Because the theater experience for the Minecraft movie
Theater
was
experience is a
terrible.
lot better.
But in terms of like story, I think they're like fairly equal. Like if you liked that level of storytelling, like maybe Minecraft movie had a little more going on. But like that movie did the same thing where it set up a lot of stuff where it's like, oh, this girl inherited her brother because their mom like died or something, and now they're in Minecraft Landia and we're just not going to do anything about that.
I think Minecraft had a lot more plot lines that show up and resolve themselves within
Very
seconds.
quickly. Yeah.
I think FNAF 2 had the pacing that older movies do, where there's actually there's one plot line that gets resolved like fucking instantly.
Which one was that?
That's when Vanessa, that's her name. Mm-hmm. She's has fucking PTSD flashbacks of Matthew Lillard.
Only time he's in the movie, by the way.
Yeah, no, they were like, we gotta bring this asshole in for something.
Yeah.
So she has like PTSD flashbacks of Matthew Lillard, and goes, "Oh fuck, my dad William Afton, I can't escape him." And then she has a lucid dream where she shoots and kills him. And that plot line
is like 5 minutes.
That plot line, she immediately gets over her PTSD. By the way, that plot line happens in, not exaggerating, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
She has a panic attack, and
goes
then
to bed that night.
She pulls a gun on an innocent guy too. That does happen.
Never gets anything for that.
No. Yeah, I think it is worrying that we are saying, okay, let's put a gun in the hands of a really anxious, nervous person who's seeing visions of their dead father.
Yeah.
But whatever. That plotline gets resolved in like 5 minutes, but all the other stuff gets resolved in a manner of an arc rather than a parabola. So it's okay. It's not as good. I don't think it's as good as the first one. I think the first one's better. I'm not saying either of these movies are particularly great, by the way.
I thought the first one was decent though. It was serviceable.
Yeah.
This one's hardly serviceable after the first hour. The first one
is a movie I'd watch again. This one isn't.
No, I would not watch this again. Absolutely.
I'd watch the first one again though, and unfortunately, such is my curse, I'm gonna watch the third one.
Oh yeah, we will be there.
I'm going to watch the third one pretty close to opening night. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there in my little fucking Five Nights at Freddy's feety pajamas and my Freddy Fazbear top hat. And I'm going to as I walk up to the fucking theater with my propeller hat and my lollipop, ready to fucking, on my little tricycle. I'm going to ride in.
Yeah. What I did think was cool about this movie, though, I will say, was where we were in the third theater, we were all the way in the back up against a wall. And right when the movie ended, we all stood up. It was Chris, myself, and a couple of friends, and Lexi. And we all stood up. And like immediately we went to shit on the movie, but there was this little girl in front of us, maybe, I don't know, 8 years old, dressed up as the marionette. And I looked at everyone and I was like, you know what? She was like, she was hyped. She was like, that was awesome. I'm so glad.
This was her Super Bowl.
That was her Super Bowl. And I just I think it was Alex I looked at. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to shit on the movie right now. Let her have her moment. I'm proud of her. I'm glad this was there for her.
Then you probably definitely heard very audibly when the movie ended and went to credits, like it got quiet for a second. And I turned to our buddy sitting next to me and I went, get the fuck out of here. Out loud. Like, fuck, what a fucking... Get out of here. You gotta be
out of town.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Yeah. Yeah, that ending is specifically the biggest problem with the movie. So
I guess maybe the real Five Nights at Freddy's was the friends we made along the way.
Yeah.
The Freddy's we fazzed along the way.
Who up fazzing the Fredward?
Up late, straight fazzing it. And by it, let's just say, I mean my Freddy.
My Frederick.
Let's
Can we leave?
Let's get out.
I'm going home. I'm hungry. You done?
Yeah.
You done fazzing?
I've fazzed out. My Freddy is swollen and raw, and there's no skin left on it. It's been fazzed too much.
Okay. All right. As always, you can find us on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Breaker, Radio Public, Spotify, Podcast, and the RSS feed link below. YouTube and Spotify, you can see us, video platform. I don't think you want to today, to be honest. We're tired, boys. And as always, Instagram, TikTok, you can contact us there.
I haven't done that yet this episode, I don't think.
Via email, synapsemisfire@pm.me. Send your comments, questions, concerns, and death threats.
We can't do doubles anymore, dude. Every time the second episode is fucking cheeks. It's just...
Dude.
We something happens between the recordings where I don't know if I don't know if there's less air in this room or whatever. We just get real weird on the second recording.
Yeah, we do. I don't know what happened. Every time though. I'm gonna start fazzing under the table.
I'm fazzing it. I'm fazzing it.
Watch me as I fazz my bear.
Oh God, my back is not made for this.
Yeah, no, I was trying to crack mine, but I couldn't.
That's it. I'm
We're outta
old.
here.
I'm old.
And good.
All right, bye everyone.